Hi, Reverend Andrew here, and thank you for joining me for this short guided practice exploring joy in its many aspects. Do we actually have enough joy in our lives? I think for most of us it's probably true we don't. There's so many things that we focus on: political unrest, what's going on with our environment, financial or our own personal fears, the things that aren't working in our lives, and that seems to be what gets most of our attention. How often do you really focus on what brings you joy? You may have heard someone say, or even yourself, like, how can I be happy when there's so much suffering, when so many people are living in fear in our world? Some of us feel guilty, actually, for being happy. And others of us, are burdened, by our activism and our protest, by what's not happening in our world, what's not working, and we feel stressed. Given all that's going on in our world right now, should we be joyful? At a talk recently, Buddhist teacher Drosy Joan Halifax was talking to us about these ideals or powers that we can develop, and one of them she called revolutionary joy. And it really struck a chord in me, that joy could actually be counterintuitive, a powerful emotion we can cultivate in times of distress. It could be a source of giving and generosity in the face of so much suffering. It could be an antidote, if you like. Being joyful in the face of oppression or depression is like a loving defiance against whatever threatens to take us down. There's another kind of joy we call unselfish joy, one of the four divine qualities alongside love, compassion, and equanimity. This kind of joy celebrates the good fortune of others without any envy. We could give joy, we can offer joy, we can wish joy. There's many aspects and ways to express joy. A teacher and good friend of mine, Venerable Tahani-Wahu, encouraged us to focus on what she calls the joy markers. She was taught by her parents and grandparents that it was our spiritual responsibility to be happy and joyful, that sovereignty meant not allowing anyone to determine our fate, our value, our worth, or our dignity. As it says in the Christmas carol, "O tidings of comfort and joy." So I invite us to take a few moments to really cultivate these three different aspects of joy and allow them to see what benefit comes as we cultivate joy. I invite you to take just a moment as you take this time to settle into your breath and settle into the body. Ground yourself for a moment. Adjust your posture in a way that makes you feel comfortable for this practice. Take a few long, slow, deep breaths, allowing yourself to ground yourself here into the present moment. You might even notice how you are in this moment, giving some attention to your own state of mind, your own state of being. As we come into each moment, it's where we place our attention, whether it's on our breath and on a calming breath in a moment of distress, but also where we follow our attention. So for a moment, let's follow our attention and practice on joy. Take a moment and just ask yourself, what brings you joy? What's the first moment that comes to mind? What is a source of joy for you? It may be a moment with a friend or with your child, with a pet. It may be a wonderful meal. It may be a beautiful song. Marking our life with joy is about connecting to those things that inspire us, the things that touch beauty in us, like a powerful song. or like that moment of that first snowfall or that sunset at the beach. These moments of joy inspire us, but I invite you to feel it in your own body, the energy of joy. As we reflect on moments, we can feel an energy arising us. Even a smile comes upon our face when we think of a really playful and joyful moment. Really find a situation that really for you embodies great joy. Really bring that moment to mind, to heart right now. A moment that you can mark in your life that was great joy. We could say that cultivating joy is actually quite radical. And when we cultivate this unselfish joy, we take the joy that we have in our hearts and we wish others have and find the same joys. In any moment, we can rest into our good heart and send a wish out, wishing that our family, our loved ones, but really the people of the world, that they too may mark their lives by joy, that all beings may mark their lives by joy, that we can all experience this happiness, that all of us can experience freedom, places of rest, comfort, and most of all, the wish that all of us be protected, protection from any harm. You see, wishing joy in the face of suffering is radical, what Joan Halifax called revolutionary joy. This abiding joy, this joy that we feel, is an act of great kindness in our world. To wish our world joy right now, in the face of suffering, is radical. It's counterintuitive. So let's take just a few more moments here, connecting to joy, but also connecting and feeling our deepest wish for great tidings of comfort and joy in our world. There's a tenderness here we can touch. Smile. Wish joy. And imagine in a radical way a world of joy, where the simplest things, the simple pleasures of kindness, that we're touched by the beauty of our world, and that we feel the joy of our connections. And take a moment, a final moment, just to wish yourself joy. May you be joyful. Just wishing for yourself, may I be joyful. May my family experience joy, and may this world be filled with joy. And may joy be an antidote for the suffering of the world. May this be so. I wish you ease and thank you for your practice. Bye for now.